Hi, everybody, and welcome to another weekly edition of Flex and Reflect Sunday Sit Down. So, if this is the first session you're joining, I sit down each week and answer all the questions that have come through in the area of health, fitness, wellness, mindset, nutrition. How do we achieve success in those spaces? So, I pulled out 5 questions today. And let's get into it. So, first one, how can small daily habits lead to major health transformations? Well, this is something that I talk about a bit of and how I also work with my clients, because most of the people that I'm working with have formed these these unhealthy habits that are impacting their health, and they've embedded those habits over 10, 20, 30 plus years of their life. So, in order to come in and change all of that all at once is usually a little bit overwhelming for most people. Have probably, out of all the clients that I've worked with over the past 15 years, probably only a handful, maybe two handfuls of people that have been able to handle a whole bunch of things all at once. Most people can't do it. So what we do is we focus on those single little habits that people think that they can do first. So, for instance, if you think about what it takes to create wealth, you don't start with a whole heap of wealth and it gets bigger. You normally start with nothing, like I did, and then you have to put in place these saving habits and then investment habits, and you just do that for the rest of your life. And then when you need the money, you find out, oh, look at that. Look how much this has grown. The compounding interest, like investing in the right strategies and like in real estate and the stock market and the right sorts of shares and all that kind of stuff. And it will always, or look at the trends, they always go upwards unless there's some major problem. So the same is true with your health and wellness. So, for instance, if you just go to the gym today and you do a workout, you can't expect that. That's something in my hair. You can't expect that that's the only workout that you ever need to do. And yep, I've got the body that I want, the health that I want now. It's something that you need to do every single day. Just like say another simple one, drinking water. Water helps hydrate us. It also has this really great cleansing impact from cleaning yourself from the inside out. You might have a really great day with water today. You've got to get up tomorrow and do it all again. You say your steps, your movement. Say you did your 10,000 steps today. Maybe it's 8,000, maybe it's 7,000, maybe it's 5,000, whatever it is that you're doing, and you've done it today. Say, wow, that was really good, or that was tough, or whatever. Tomorrow morning it starts afresh. So you've got to do it again. So even just that one, let's say you set a goal for yourself for your 10,000 steps a day. Doing that every single day is going to take you time. If you're coming from, say, the couch to 10,000, then I'd suggest that going to 10,000 straight away is not a good thing. So maybe go from the couch to 5 and just do that consistently for a week. At the end of the week, reassess, say, yeah, I did that. How did that feel? Man, it was so hard. Okay, let's do 5 again for another week. Reassess it the next week and say, yeah, actually, it's getting easier. I might take it up to 6. Take it up to 6. Do that for a week. And then before you know it, these things start to become just small changes, that they start to become healthy habits that you do every day. Now, what I believe is that it's got to be something that you do for over 90 days for it to be more sustainable for you, life sustainable for you. And think about that. That's 13 weeks to do that. And to do anything every day for 13 weeks takes commitment, right? And along that journey, you'll start to find that, wow, actually, I'm feeling better because I'm moving more. I'm feeling better because I'm drinking more water. I'm feeling better because I'm doing my 3 strength workouts a week. I'm feeling really good about what it is that I'm doing. And then you start to attach those things to other things. So like eating more healthily and saying, yeah, I really feel a lot better when I have more vegetables in my eating, when my food's a little bit cleaner. I'm eating less takeaway. I'm not buying lunch anymore. Things like that. So focusing on those little things will have a long-term, really powerful impact on you. Just find the ones that you can do it for a week, reassess, and keep moving from there. All right. How interesting question here. How can nostalgia keep us motivated in fitness. So if you think about nostalgia, I guess we're thinking about, I don't know what the true definition of that is, but for me, I'm thinking about the past. Like, what are those things that I've done in the past that have maybe really meant something to me? So we just had the Olympics finish. We've got the Paralympics coming up one another week or so, and you can become nostalgic about maybe certain memories that you have in the Olympics, and perhaps that is something that inspires you to bring out that best version of yourself because you know the person's backstory and how they rose above failure, rose above adversity to bring out the best version of themselves and to win a gold medal. That could do something for you. Maybe there's something in your past that you did that was really great, or maybe there's something in your past that, like in the family, that somebody else has done that's been really great and that's inspired you. Maybe there's something that you just know that there's that inner version of you, that best version of you that needs to still come out, and excuse me, and that motivates you. I think for me, I'm always looking for what inspires and aspires me to be that better version of myself. Um, and I find that when I connect with more successful people, I'm looking for, what's driving somebody to do something. So just in this last week, I had the most intense media 24 hours of my entire life with, oh gosh, I think there were four TV interviews. I did a press conference. I did, other press. I did a live TV cross as well. And I had the opportunity to meet a number of celebrities and just having some time with them to find out why they do certain things, like why they support a certain, sorry, I can't speak, why they support a certain cause or do something like that. It's trying to understand what are the similarities between them and me. What is something about them and their success that can inspire me to be an even better version of myself. That's what I'm looking for. So if some of those things make you nostalgic, then I would say use it, harness the energy to inspire a greater version of you. That would be my answer to that. Number three, what would your ideal wellness day look like hour by hour? Gosh, okay, well, let's start with the end, first of all. I would say ideally, the sleep part for me would be probably about 7 hours of sleep, right? So that would be a big chunk of the 24, leaving 17 left. So I like to start my day early. In an ideal sense, what I would do is I would get up very early, probably like say 5 a.m., something like that. And I would get out in the dark and I would go for a walk. And this would be on a non-strength training day. Well, okay, let's go with this. We'll go with it's a strength training day. So I'd get up early. I would fuel myself. So I tend to have, I want to be hydrated in the morning. So if it's that early in the morning, my workouts are around 45 minutes, maybe an hour max. I would get up, I'd hydrate myself. I do have a natural pre-workout drink. And so if I'm training at the gym, not in my own facility, I will drive to the gym. And in that drive to the gym, I'm focusing on what's my workout for today? What's my goal for the day? What are the weights that I need to hit? Because I'm tracking everything. I know you've got to know your numbers. And I'm hydrating myself at the same time. Get to the gym, warm up, do that workout, come home. I will then fuel myself with like a hard meal. Like I'll have a post-workout drink afterwards, which is something like right now it's Staminade with like about that much in my shaker bottle with a scoop of protein powder, 100% whey protein powder. I'm drinking that as I leave the gym and in the car and on the way home. Then I would have a hard meal when I get home with the right amount of protein, again, veggies and some high energy carbs. So whether that be rice, whether it be sweet potato or something like that. And then ideally I would go for a walk. While I'm in my walk, I would normally record a couple of podcasts. So in an ideal sense, it'll be about a 5 kilometer walk. and aiming to get up to, that will probably give me about 7,000 steps for the day, maybe a little bit more, depends on how little my steps are. And I will record 2 podcasts at the same time. I'll come home, I'll upload those podcasts and do that. Then what I'm doing, I'm continuing to hydrate, and then I'm going to get stuck into my day. So if, let's leave clients out of it for now, but then from a like if I was, say, not seeing clients at all and I didn't have those work commitments, what I would then do is, given that I've just done a workout, I will do some self-improvement work again in the morning. So at this stage, it's probably maybe 8 a.m., something like that. So I'll work on what's a skill that I'm going to grow today. So it'll be working with my coach, one of my coach's programs, and not just listening, but taking some action around that. So now I'm looking after my mindset growth. I will do that. And,
get that. Could you try again?
Thanks, Siri. So helpful. I would then probably do some marketing work on my business. Then I would, by this stage, it's probably time for me to have another meal. So I'll have another meal, which again, high protein, high energy carbs, vegetables, and that will set me up for then probably 3 hours. Again, I can't just sit still, so I'd be focusing on, like, if it's an ideal sense, maybe I'd go and have a massage around lunchtime, something like that, and then have lunch after that. It might, maybe something like that. Then I'd probably work on some, I'd say some mindfulness, maybe some stretching, something like that. And then again, it would be something around, say, connecting with people, building relationships, marketing, self-improvement, those types of things. Maybe later in the day, I would have if I was at a resort, say, maybe I'd go have a sauna, maybe go have a spa, something like that. Because remember, I'm not wanting to be too active because I've already done my strength workout in the day. So I don't know, something like that, making sure I'm hydrating all day. I mean, hour by hour, gosh, generally speaking, that's how I would focus on it. I want to make sure I'm growing every day, adding value to people, and looking after myself really well, taking my supplements and stuff. Number 4, how can minimalism improve your personal development? Well, what I like to focus on here is, I'm looking for my cat. Hopefully he's nearby somewhere and hasn't run off. When I think about this, I guess when I think of the word minimalism, it's about focus. So if you're trying to focus on a whole bunch of different things, and let's say, so the wall behind me is made of bricks, right? If I'm always focusing on, say, I'm building that wall, if I'm always focusing on like the end wall, then I'd say that you could run into problems. But if I look at each brick and aim to lay every single brick perfectly, the best way that I can, make sure it's level, it's got the right mix of mortar in there, and it's at the string line, laser line, whatever, is all matching up, then I know that in the end, the whole wall is going to be great. So I think if you can learn to focus on those things that are going to grow you and add value to others, and improve your health and wellness, and you don't try and improve everything about you, but focus on that one thing at the one time to do that, I think that can give you far better results. So, we all have very hectic lives. We've all got a lot of moving parts. We've got different relationships in there. We've got our children. You've got your own health, all that kind of stuff. If you think of it in compartments, it's like, okay, I'm now with you. So I want to deliver as much value as I can in this moment. Is this the only thing I'm going to think about all day? No, I'm going to finish this. I'm going to upload it. I'm going to post it, share it, and then I'm going to move on to the next thing I'm going to do is my meal preparation, right? And then I'm going to put all my energy into doing the meal preparation as well as I can, getting the recipe right, and getting it done as quickly as possible, because I don't want to do meal prepping all day. I want to get it done and move on. and then I'm going to focus on that next task, and then that next task. So if you think of it in compartments, so I'm shifting my energy. I'm doing a lot of things today, but I'm focusing on this bit right now. Now I'm going to move on to this bit right now. And like your relationships are the same. All right, I'm going to focus on this intimate relationship right now. I'm going to focus on this relationship with my children. I'm going to focus on this segment for my clients or other connections, etc. And so for me, that's about minimalizing. If you're like you've got your blinkers on, all right, I'm focused on this thing right now. I'm not focusing on everything, just focusing on this thing. And this is why I love today, Sundays, because this is the day where I say, okay, what are those 3 to 5 big things that I want to achieve by this time next week? And what I find that then declutters everything else in my life, right? And then I'm able to make progress through the week each day. So then schedule elements of time to work on this and this and this and this and this. And so for me, that's how I would approach it. Last question. How does embracing uncertainty build resilience? Okay, well, for me, I think my greatest strength is mental toughness, and that's only come through a lot of hardship that I've had to go through and build it from the inside out. And a part of the way that I see opportunity now is through uncertainty, because I don't know what's going to happen this week. Like, I didn't know, if we go back to Friday last week, I didn't know what was going to happen. Let's say it was 5:45. I didn't know what was going to happen for the rest of the night. I had a couple of things that I needed to do, but 15 minutes later, I get a phone call from someone that determined what I was going to do in that next week, because and that in what they wanted me to do. So it was flying to Sydney, it was meeting celebrities, it was working on a really good cause, the 36 month project, and with Whipper from Nova, and a bunch of other people. And I had no idea that was going to occur. But what I did know was that it's a really good cause, and I wanted to be part of it. And I didn't know I was going to be put in a press conference. I didn't know that, like, about 100 people. I didn't know that I was going to be interviewed so much on TV. I didn't know there was going to be so much spotlight on me. I was mentioned in Parliament a few times, and just thanked by so many people, and had so many conversations. I didn't know, right? I just didn't know. And it's only through my coaching that I have realized that you're stepping outside your comfort zone. And so creating that uncertainty is really important for your own personal growth. And the more that you harness that, like I just posted a podcast on the Mental Toughness and Body show this morning, saying that pressure is a privilege. And with that pressure comes uncertainty, because you just don't know what's going to happen. But if you can step into it as opposed to step away from it, you find that you will also step up and bring out those better qualities that are within all of us. But it's only through practice that you keep being able to deliver. And then you just get, the more you practice, the better and better that you get at it. And I think if you can learn to just imagine there was no uncertainty, and you knew exactly what your life was going to look like. You knew exactly the people you're going to meet, exactly the outcomes that you were going to have for your entire life. That would be very, very boring. And some people say, no, I need that certainty. Trust me, if you had all that, you had all the money in the world that you could ever, like, you'll never run out of money. You could do absolutely anything that you wanted to. In some ways that could become boring for you. You still need to add a lot of value to people and make a bigger difference to people. Otherwise, you get leisure fatigue, and toy fatigue, because you buy every car that you want, you go on every holiday, etc. And you say, oh yeah, no, I would never be bored. I'd do that. Trust me, you would suffer from leisure fatigue if you just never added any importance to anyone else ever again. And so that's not what we're designed to do. So I think that's the exciting thing about uncertainty. I don't know what's going to happen exactly over this next week. I make plans to achieve certain things for me, but the more success that you have, the more that that attracts other things into your life where you can say yes and no to. But it's also a case of I just don't know everything. I don't know everything that's going to happen this week. I just don't know. And that's, to me, I look at that as exciting. So you can be terrified because you don't know, or you can say, yeah, I'm excited about the uncertain things, because if I think about all the uncertain things that have happened in my life that I've stepped into, it's always been a greater outcome on the other side. Personal growth for me, greater outcomes for others, and much better experiences as well. So learn to embrace it, practice. All right, that's all the questions for this week. Thanks, everybody. I will see you next time if I can find the stop button. See you next week.